June 17th. If all you wanted to know was the release date, there it is. But I just really quickly wanted to kind of go over the info we learned during this live stream very quickly. And some of it we already knew, but I'm just going to go over everything that they talked about. So first off, they showed off the super evolution points available from turn 6 onwards. You'll be able to super evolve. Every single follower can be super evolved, and with super evolve, they gain +3/+3, gain rush, and cannot take damage or be destroyed by abilities during your turn. They blow away enemy followers and they destroy by attacking, knocking them into the enemy leader and dealing 1 damage to them. They activate both their evolve and super evolve abilities when they super evolve. With that, they also announced that with normal evolution now, evolve followers gain +2/+2. So if you played the original Shadowverse, you know that it kind of was already like that for most followers, but now they're declaring it as like a hard rule. Kind of a weird decision in my opinion. Like, why get rid of an option to balance your cards? Like, you could still do the +2/+2, but you don't have to be like, yes, this is every single card. But that's just what I think. Anyway, they also showed off a little bit of the hub area. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Not much. We didn't see much of it. So they said that you'd be able to create your own character, and basically you'd go into the hub area to challenge other players. They didn't really talk too much about it. Other than that, they did mention that there would be like mini games and mahjong and things like that, but otherwise they didn't talk too much about it. They also gave us a look at all the leaders. So here's the classes. As previously announced, we lost Bloodcraft and Shadowcraft. They've been combined to now be Abysscraft. And Portalcraft is in this game, unlike Shadowverse Evolve, which is missing Portalcraft. And then they gave us a quick look at all the different leaders, which I'll show you guys. So here's the Portalcraft leader, the Forestcraft leader, the Swordcraft leader, the Runecraft leader, the Dragoncraft leader, the Abysscraft leader, and the Havencraft leader. Yeah. Then they basically were like, we saw that all the other gacha games have little assistant characters, and we want one of those too. And so they're giving us one of those. This is kind of the tutorial character. And they said that she can provide assistance regarding your next move. I'm assuming it's something that you'd probably be able to turn off, hopefully. But yeah. Another interesting thing that they talked about was the release schedule of packs. So we're getting the game launch on June 17th, and then 1 month until the next expansion, and then 1.5 months till the expansion after that, then 2 months, then 2 months. So they said that it's because the game is not releasing with a ton of cards, and so they're going to, for this first year, basically be releasing cards very quickly. I'm assuming after this it'll slow down a little bit, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, and then here's a pretty big change. Definitely going to be controversial. No longer will you be able to liquefy cards unless you have at least 4 copies of the card. So if you just don't like a card, but you only have 2 copies of it, too bad. It's in your collection. It's stuck there. Definitely going to make it a little bit harder to craft, which they do talk about. They say, we recognize this will make it a little bit harder when it comes to crafting via vials. And so they said that because we have one less class than the original Shadowverse, you're already going to be more likely to draw the cards you want. They said that they're giving one free pack every single day. And then they talk about how you can earn 10 card packs by completing special release missions. But here's a big one, is that every 10 card packs guarantees you a legendary card now. So is this going to be better than being able to vial everything? Probably not. They say that they wanted to get rid of that system of being able to vial anything because players were basically getting stuck into a class. Like, you would have all your cards in like Portalcraft, for example, so you'd vial all your cards that weren't Portalcraft, and then in the future you're like, oh, I want to play Bloodcraft, but I don't have any of those cards because I've been vialing them all, and then you're basically starting from zero, and they don't want players to have that. That is something that has happened to me back when I was playing Shadowverse a ton, but like, you know, eventually I got the cards I wanted, so, and I did it to myself, so, but yeah. Yep, but anyway, we'll be able to get a free deck of our choice. There's one available for each class. And yeah, so I think the only other info that was gone over that I have not really talked about at all, besides them talking about the Shadowverse Evolve collab event, is that they showed off some of the cards. Not very many. So here we have Olivia, Heroic Dark Angel. She has Fanfare, draw 2 cards, restore 2 defense to your leader, recover 2 play points, and then when you super evolve her, you can select another unevolved allied follower on the field and super evolve it. I think this card, I mean, we obviously have no way of knowing what's going to be good or not yet before the game is out, but I really feel like this card could be good just because, like, being able to super evolve something else. But what do I know? I know literally nothing right now. So then they show Garyu, Fabled Dragonkin. You can summon a Supreme Golden Dragon and a Supreme Silver Dragon. And then if you super evolve it, give all allied followers Supreme Golden Dragon on the field. Give all allied copies of Supreme Golden Dragon on the field Storm. Give all allied copies of Supreme Silver Dragon on the field Barrier. And then they show us the Supreme Golden Dragon and the Supreme Silver Dragon.
Supreme Golden Dragon is a follower with 4 attack, 5 defense.
There's Supreme Golden Dragon. There's Supreme Silver Dragon. And then we see Cerberus. She is very similar to the Cerberus, one of the Cerberus cards in OG Shadowverse. She just summons a Mimi and a Coco, and then she has Necromancy 6, give all allied followers on the field +2/+0. Her super evolve is to reanimate 1 twice. And then if you look at Mimi and Coco, they're the same. They're the same as they were in normal Shadowverse Mimi. Deal 2 damage to the enemy leader on last words. And then Coco, last words, restore 2 defense to your leader. Yeah, and then they showed us Orcus. And this, her fanfare, she summons Lloyd. And whenever an allied puppetry follower enters the field, give it Storm and Bane. Her super evolve is summon 2 copies of Enhanced Puppets. And then Enhanced Puppet is literally the exact same as normal as old Shadowverse. Lloyd has Ward, and your opponents cannot select any other cards other than this one for abilities. He's a 1/6. But yeah, that's basically all the main info. I guess there was pre-registration rewards, as we can see here. 2 card pack tickets at 50,000, 3 card pack tickets worth of rubies at 100,000, an emblem at 150,000, 5 card pack tickets at 200,000. sleeves at 250,000 and 10 card pack tickets at 300,000.
If we reach 300,000 pre-registrations,
Yeah, and I basically just wanted to create this as a very quick way for people to just kind of get all the info if they wanted to without clicking through the whole live stream. So, yeah, because there's a lot of downtime in that live stream. But anyway, that was all. Thanks.